Living the 80/20th Way by Koch. Chapter 3. Find your happiness and achievement islands. When we think about life, we tend to dwell on the concept of time. We hate wasting it. We never feel like we have enough of it. And more importantly, we can never get it back. Even worse, why do we feel as if time flies when we are having fun, but drags on when we are bored or working? But what if we could switch them? If we make the good times long and the bad times short, we revolutionize our lives. So how can you do this? Find your happiness islands. Happiness islands are the small spaces of time when we are at our happiest. So think about the last time that you were truly happy. Then think about all the times before that. What does each of these moments have in common? Were you with a particular person in a special place, or doing a particular activity? What are the common themes? Next, it's time to figure out how to multiply the amount of time you spend on your happiness islands. For instance, perhaps your happiness islands make up 20% of your time, so how can you increase that to 40, 60, or 80%? If 80% of your time leads to only 20% of your happiness, then which activities can you cut to free up your time for things that make you happy? There are many activities that we partake in that don't make us happy. For example, surveys of people watching television reveal that very few people are happy after watching hours of TV. In reality, they feel mildly depressed. Of course, if television makes you happy, then keep watching. If it doesn't, then stop. Next, you need to identify your achievement islands. These are the times when you are the most creative or productive. Identify the times in the past week in which you were the most productive, or when you achieved more in just a few minutes and added value to yourself or others. Perhaps you are most productive when doing a particular activity, or when you are working with a specific person, or even at a specific time or place. Once you've identified these islands, you can begin to focus on what makes you happy and how you can be productive. For example, Richard Adams, a bureaucrat in the British Civil Service, found he was happiest when telling stories to his daughters. Therefore, he began to write down these stories during his free time. These stories eventually became best-selling books, all because he decided to focus his time on his happiness and achievement islands. At the end of the day, everyone has the same amount of hours in the day, so start using it wisely and be as productive and happy as possible.